You can't move huge quantities of freight in an efficient way without railroads, and you can't have railroads without rails, and you can't have rails without Pennsylvania's ArcelorMittal.
This plant has a very rich history. Since 1867, we've been operating the steel plant, so it's the longest continuously operated steel plant in the country. And it's been on the forefront of technology since that time.
Located in Steelton, just next door to the Capitol, ArcelorMittal is a specialty steel company that leads the world in the production of steel rails, not just for railroads, but for certain types of cranes as well.
If you watch it, each time I make a pass, it's generally going to take about 2 inches.
It employs 650 people in a dynamic and exciting work atmosphere that impressed visiting lawmakers from the House Manufacturing Caucus.
A company that has been running this plant, trying to keep up with today's economy. It just underscores the fact that we have heavy industry in our state, that we need to be able to make sure that they stay here, and that we have to be more cognizant of what their needs are.
One challenge faced by this and other American steel manufacturers is in stabilizing their costs for making their product, which in turn helps keep prices to their customers as low as possible.
We have a vast amount of energy in our state. And one of the things we need to make sure that we do as policymakers is ensure that companies and consumers in Pennsylvania are able to take advantage of that energy and keep their costs down to make sure that our companies in Pennsylvania have more of a competitive advantage.
Another challenge for the steel industry lies in its endeavor to continually replenish its aging workforce with young people who may still be influenced by a perception of steelmaking as an unglamorous and even backbreaking way of making a living.
We find that it's a very significant issue, especially when we're looking for skill sets like maintenance people, electricians, what we refer to as millwrights or mechanical maintenance folks. It's not your grandfather's steel industry. You know, it might look the same, our buildings look old, but there's a lot of technology inside these walls. It takes that technology to make the products that we make today.
Pro-manufacturing lawmakers say that after their visit, it's easy to see how an industry that built America can certainly help rebuild Pennsylvania's economy. And while other countries may support their manufacturers with government subsidies, Pennsylvania steelmakers can stand on their own without taxpayer handouts.
We're going to continue the tours, but we need to start putting some real policies on paper and get it worked through the legislative process. And look, there's no one silver bullet solution that's going to fix manufacturing in Pennsylvania, that's going to make manufacturing be able to thrive. It's going to be a toolbox of solutions that we need to bring to the table.
It's been a very informative day. A long process goes into making steel. We're glad that it still is taking place right here in Pennsylvania. It's a great industry we have, and we want to make sure that it continues to occur here in Pennsylvania.